Good evening, welcome to the Professor Maima Show. Hope you are doing well wherever watching me from around the world. Please subscribe, share and like this video. So today, I want to talk about, from my book of facts, I want to talk about it's called the, the lecturers labor strike, lecturers strike. So if for the WASU, the academy, it's called the Union for Lecturers called for a strike across all the public universities in Kenya, which are 35. It's about it's called what? About salary increment, CBAs, I don't know what. So now, after the call, the strike started yesterday, and people have been discussing how they can solve this issue. So it's called, the real question is the real salary for Kenyan professors. The real salary for Kenyan professors. What is the real salary? So on paper, a university lecturer in Kenya or professor, let's start with the professor, is supposed to earn $2,500 per month. That's to 50,000, that's gross salary, just before taxation. So gross salary is the one you are given before the tax. That now goes to net. So once they tax this, the government takes its bit. The good professor pays off his debts, pension schemes, the loans he has taken from SACCOs, maybe has some small projects he's doing. The person can be left with $200. This is from a real example, a real case study of someone I know is a full professor. So once he's left with the $200, he has not factored in maybe food for his family, has not factored in fuel for his car. Most lecturers here in Kenya drive modest cars, not those fuel guzzlers by politicians who earn millions of shillings per month for doing nothing. They do nothing. They don't oversight, they don't fight corruption, they don't offer solutions. So this professor who's supposed to teach, do research, pays this is paid peanuts, and this one brings problems. So once he has factored in all those money from his $200, 20,000 Kenya shillings, he also has to have relatives. You know, here in Africa, although in town spaces, in cities, people think we are nuclear, but the extended family still is here. You have a brother, a cousin, you have an aunt, you have an uncle who needs help. You cannot say, oh, I don't have. You have to send something, isn't it? Or you have a family ceremony, you have a death in the family, you have to do. Here in Africa, we're still in those communal. People do, it's called fundraising, they do harambes, isn't it? So what the real salary for Kenyan professors? So that to 50,000 may sound a lot to an average Kenyan who survives on $300 per month. That's 30,000 Kenya shillings gross, or even less. But because the professor now, you know, as you move up the ladder, the more responsibilities, the more expenses, isn't it? So now, you ask yourself how these Kenyan professors survive. So people have to go, it's called moonlighting. Moonlighting, it means you have to be working even in 4 places at the same time, teaching even up to 8 courses. Imagine one human being teaching 8 courses. Each course has maybe an average of 50 students. That's 400 scripts at the end of the semester. You have to mark them one person. Set the exam, mark them, consolidate the marks, enter the marks, do everything. So that's what I'm saying. The real salary for Kenyan professor. How do you improve the situation? It's very simple. Number one, these are several steps. The Kenyan government has to offer free university education so that they raise the entrance grade for universities, so that they have more students and financed by the public. University education in public university has to be financed by the public. Because when these students graduate, They go into the field, and through their expertise and knowledge, they give back to society. They become doctors, engineers, you name it. They grow the economy. Then let's have the so-called self-sponsored students who don't make it. They have scored a C plus, but they have not entered with the public financed. That is free education. They can be pay for themselves, and then they can learn during the day with the public sponsored or evening. It's up to them. Now they have that flexibility. But the silver bullet, in my view, will be the short courses whereby university students are allowed to do short courses from, this is virtual. You can have someone from, let's say, top of my head, Somali, Burundi, Ethiopia, Tanzania, enrolling for a short course in a university, let's say Kenyatta University, and get a certificate. It can be through PDF and paper. Once they finish the short course, let's say agrobusiness, I love agrobusiness, or communication skills, or people just want to learn something, and they need to have a certificate to prove they have learned something. That's why I'm saying knowledge is one big marketplace. So once that is done, these short courses will bring in a lot of money to the university, all public universities. So like there's this example of a university in South Africa, it's called UNISA. On campus, it has 40 to 50,000 students. Okay, let's say 40,000. But the ones who are doing virtual, they're nearly 500,000. They're even offering full PhDs online. Why can't a university go those sides? But because of quality assurance, they just ensure virtual is just for certificate courses only. Even diplomas, let's say certificate and diplomas. But anything from degree, master's, PhD has to be, it's called on-campus learning. That is the public finance students, self-sponsored, and then they also have the virtual now. This one will be short courses. But you can also study virtual for a full course under the regular program, or a degree program, or a diploma. You can study virtually as long as you be coming to campus to see the lecture at least once a month. They'll figure it out. That's the real salary for Kenyan professors. It will mean the salaries will be paid well. They'll have bigger salaries that they can be able to support themselves. In my mind, I propose $10,000 per month, $1,000,000 shillings, because when you pay the professor well, he will serve the country well through knowledge, research, consultancy, and also just doing projects that also they help the society financially and socially, economically. So that's my view on this issue of salaries for our professors. $10,000 for a full professor. The average lecturer who has a master's and maybe experience you can talk of $5,000 per month going up. That's what we are talking about. So now we have this is called what? We have this strike. It's going to continue until the government finds a proper way to solve the issues. That's what I'm talking about. And I hope the government is listening to people who are giving its views and who are trying to help the Kenyan country come up with a better way for our universities in terms of salaries, remuneration, even support staff should also be paid well. If you're paying an average lecturer $5,000 per month, even the support staff should also be getting good money. Then they can propose what they need or want, isn't it? So this is the Professor Maima Show. I want to pray for you who's watching me that you have a long life and that all your dreams become reality and you become rich and prosperous, not only you, your children, and all your generations. That's what I pray for you. I pray for myself to get money, to build one of the biggest technological universities in Africa, to produce a product that can be used here in Africa and worldwide, train future entrepreneurs, and to provide jobs for these young Gen Zs, and to earn big money for myself and the Kenyan government. That's my prayer, amen. So if you have liked what I've said on this channel, you can support us through the mobile and M-Pesa down there, +254 769 729 327. +254 769 729 327. And as I always say, kwaheri ya kuonana, kwaheri.